Red Lanterns number 19, written by Peter Milligan, art by Will Conrad. So last issue we left off with Atrocitus being given the chance to live in a reality where his home planet wasn't murdered, and he turned it down, and so then he said, oops, I'm responsible for the death of my planet. Hey, all Red Lanterns, you gotta kill me. So this issue picks up with Rancor chasing after his quote-unquote girlfriend who's freaking out that he's a monster, and he explains, he's like, wait, hold on, seriously, I was like literally about to tell you the truth, and then Blee showed up. I'm so sorry, I'm a Red Lantern. And she's like, what's a Red Lantern? He's like, it's a long story. Point being is that I don't like being like this. I want to be the guy that you've seen me as. And she's like, here's the thing, I said monster, you're not actually that unattractive still. It could have worked out, but clearly you've got your own girl problems going on, so bye. She pieces out. He goes back in to talk to Bleeze, and he's just like, I think that you're just jealous that I made an actual connection and I'm able to like not be filled with hate all the time. And she's like, okay, I actually feel sorry for you, but I'm going to steal your blood because you can make constructs. Remember, that was a whole thing. And as she is leaping up after him, all of a sudden Atrocitus comes over the rings saying, hey, everybody, it's me, Atrocitus. You all have to kill me. That is a sacred order. You kill Atrocitus. And they're like, oh, geez, okay, that's kind of a big deal. So we cut back to Yzmalt, where Zilius and Scalix are talking, and Scalix is like, I mean, he's kind of the reason that we're all Red Lanterns. We're not, dead and at peace. So, yeah, kind of screw him. But then Zilius is like, no, he's giving us the chance for vengeance. Like, I don't want to kill him. He's been a good dude, kind of. And also, I kind of worshipped him. But regardless, it is a sacred order, so they have to do it anyway. And then they make note of, like, wait a minute, hold on. Where's Ratchet? And Ratchet, if you remember, fell down into the planet and is meeting up with I think they're called, like, the four, I don't know. They're bad guys that Atrocitus used to hang out with. And they hear the message over the ring as well. And they're like, oh, hey, Atrocitus is going to kill himself. Okay, well, that's, that actually works out pretty well for us. Hey, Ratchet, go do that. Like, yeah, we won't stand in your way. Go take care of your sacred order. Bye. So then we see Bleeze and Rancor leaving Earth, and they're like, I mean, is Atrocitus suicidal? Is it a thing? Like, why is he all of a sudden, like, turning this? And Bleeze is basically like, nah, this is pretty much on brand for him. Like, if he had the chance to prevent his planet's thing, and he didn't, no, he would totally kill himself. So let's go kill Atrocitus. And then we get one last shot of Dexstar, because he's been off maybe killing Stormwatch, but that's not a thing anymore. So then he hears the thing and he's like, okay, I'll go do it. So then we cut back to Atrocitus. His manhunters are there, and the manhunters are like, sir, maybe you shouldn't have sent out that order because you're kind of not in the right headspace right now. And he grabs one of them by the throat and tells him, like, nah, this is exactly what needs to happen. There will be no mercy from the Red Lanterns, and I am the one who caused all of this mayhem. So all the Red Lanterns show up at Atrocitus' position, and they all start attacking him. He's like, good, give me what I deserve, kill me. And they all start blasting him. And he's like, okay, doing a good, maybe just pump it up a little bit. This wasn't going to be easy. I am Atrocitus after all. And that's when they start throwing punches. And Atrocitus is like, yes, finally, I'm weakening, I'm dying. He looks over, he sees Dexstar next to him. He's like, oh, even you, Dexstar. Well, you always were an obedient kitty. Bleeze comes in and he's just like, oh yeah, no, I'm totally going to kill this guy. This is totally cool. And even Rancor comes up and he's like, yeah, you know what? Maybe this is for the best. Someone's got to put him out of all that rage. And then Atrocitus just has like a switch flip in his head. And he's like, rage. Rage, that's it. I feel it now. And all of a sudden, he starts punching all of the other Red Lanterns away. And as he's punching them away, he's like, Zilius, I can feel your rage now. I can taste it. And he punches away Bleeze, saying, yes, your wings were clipped, and I can feel that rage. And Rancor, you got girl problems. I feel bad for you, son. So at that point, he punches away everybody, and he's like, I've done it. I can feel rage. And Scalix is like, okay, that's all cool. That's great. You told us to kill you as a sacred order, so we got to do that. And Atrocitus says, no, 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 no. You have killed the old Atrocitus. I am the new Atrocitus. See, for millions of years, I have only focused on my rage. And Bleez is like, yeah, I've been saying that for the entirety of this comic. And she's like, shut up. Now I am able to feel all of your rages as well. I can become a new force of vengeance in the cosmos. But first I got to go kill the Guardians because we're coming up on issue 20 and that's kind of the end of Jeff Johns' run. So I'm going to go do that real quick and then we'll focus on the new Atrocitus thing. Okay, great, thanks. So he starts to fly off and then Zelius is like, wait, hold on. Can we come with? And he looks back and he's like, all right, yeah, sure, whatever. So they're all flying off to show up in Green Lantern 20. And that's the book. Obviously, they were never going to kill off Atrocitus. As soon as they said that in the last issue, you're like, oh yeah, no, I'm sure that Atrocitus is going to die. Wink, wink. But, like, obviously that wasn't going to happen. I kind of like the Rancor plot wrapping up the way it did, where she is straight up like, yeah, no, like, you could maybe work out with me, but, like, I'm still not into it. I don't know. I kind of like the way that wrapped up overall, in that it wasn't a just thrown away thing where he's just like, why must I never feel love again? Instead, he was more upset at Bleez of just, man, you kind of suck. I don't like you. So overall, it's an okay issue. It does feel like they were just kind of like padding out the time. Like the Red Lanterns don't have much of anything to do until Jeff Johns is done with his story. And then it's going to be like, oh yeah, okay, well, let's get back to that thing. Also, I forgot to say at the beginning, this is a tie-in to Wrath of the First Lantern. No, it isn't. Like, yeah, it's the fallout of what the First Lantern showed him, but like, none of this has anything to do with the First Lantern. It's not pumping him up. It's not making him do anything. Like, the Red Lanterns have always been kind of separate from the rest of the Green Lantern books, but this issue feels like it may as well be set after the entire event because none of it matters. So, in terms of a tie-in, poor, but I do enjoy the issue overall, so I'm going to give this one I'll give it just a flat 7. It's okay without being great, and not much more I could say about it.